So the way I thought we could do this is I figured we could watch the video one time all the way through, and then we can go highlight over each of the categories. Is kind of how I set up. I did, and it's something because Wob did get to view it real quickly. I did originally want to keep the name secret, but then I kind of realized, I'm probably not going to remember every single person's photo, and I felt like it might just kind of drag down a little bit, be like, okay, we're the real photographer, please stand up, please stand up. So I just I think maybe this time, maybe I'll save the mystery thing for like another time of that. So. If that sounds good with everyone, we'll go ahead and go with that and just watch it one time through, and then we can go over the photos. That sound good?
Good. That's good with me.
Okay.
I've already seen the video.
Yeah.
But, yep.
You're Cheeto. You're dirty Cheeto. Teacher's pet.
Me, I did a bit.
Yeah. So, the one thing I really didn't like is the fact that I didn't get to properly time the names that appear before the photos. Oh, you have that effect where your short blinks with the music.
Yes, the audio. He wasn't paying attention.
Oh. Did you not? Oh. Do you need me to
hear music?
Oh, you don't hear the music? Really?
Then again,
your world audio might be really low.
Yeah, no, it was
it's
just
not
audio on the screen here is what was doing it. Right.
Yeah, the music's just add a little bit something in there. I didn't want to horribly bleed people's ears out. So, but yeah, the one thing I really wish I made the names just a little bit longer.
You should have had white noise.
White noise. Hey, that could be a nice effect to do. Yeah, like I said, it'll be something I'll add a little bit more as we go on. But yeah, I had a bit of a busy week, so.
I think we have to rewatch the video again.
Again? What happened now?
I think it's good.
We can't just.
Don't look at me. Look at the video.
We can't just.
What?
I know it goes pretty.
Pretty
quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, the name thing I didn't get to properly do. Like, basically, I finished the later half of this at like 10:30 at night last night, cause I gotta get this done for the photo club thing. Cause the problems I had was a lot of different things came up on top of also needing to work on my review for Monday. So I was like, oh man. But yeah, and like I said, I just threw my camera at the end. No, I just threw that at the end because I wasn't, like I said, I was going to extend certain time things, and that was kind of just there to mark dead time in the end. But anyway, yeah. Hey, slide up. Stop getting in the way, little panel. So. Most professional system going on here.
Like 2 seconds. To hit pause every time.
Yeah. I need to extend. See, like, I'm basically making my blueprint for the thing, but the thing is, see, like, these slight adjustments, and I can use in my editing software, basically, like, for example, I can click the photos and just, like, change the photo but keep all the lengths and effects that are on them, so it'll be easy to like change in things once I get like all the times and stuff I want properly. And I'll be like,
what is the software? What's the software you're using, by the way?
I use Sony Vegas. It's an older version though. It's not a new version. I think it was 14, I believe. Got from Humble Bundle for like $15 like several years ago. I was like,
oh. You got it legitimately.
Yeah, it's a legitimate copy, which sucks because it only lets you install it on 2 computers, so it's pretty shitty in that department. But it is a legitimate copy. It was because at the time I think Vegas 16 was the newest. Like Humble Bundle does a thing where they'll sell like a year or two older in one
yeah,
bundle thing of that. But anyway,
These sort of software and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So anyway,
I definitely didn't torrent a version of one of them.
you heard it here, officers. That man's a criminal. Take him to justice. Oh wait, let me correct that. This horse is a vigilante.
Sony
Take
Vegas,
him to
man.
justice.
Take him to justice. Yes, to crime, to criminal of that. So,
I very rarely do it. I very rarely do it. Come on, man.
you really did.
It
So-
can't be that bad. I know a stripper named Justice.
Okay, so basically we can go through each category and talk about stuff. I believe I had Jess as the second person, Wav as the third person, if I remember correctly. That order should be in all three categories. So, my photo, it was and you know, the thing I like about your photo, Jess, is that you avoided what would been the obvious thing a lot of people would took a picture of is the middle plaza area. I kind of noticed that with yours. I was kind of like, you know, that kind of makes sense because, you know, this would be like the first thing people would like one of the angles in the main plaza area. But
I got like 20 pictures of the middle plaza, but I didn't like any of them. So.
This one I particularly like, and maybe I'm a little biased because, you know, this is my friend and they also helped me with this avatar and created it, so I might be a little biased in that, but I just kind of liked the kind of sass pose with all the lighting and everything. Could have maybe been a little bit more oval for the what's that called with the way you have the lines, the man, I'm not really good at photography.
What
Why are you talking about the angle?
Well, you have what is a pin?
I like the angle.
Oh,
You mean like you're splitting it into thirds and trying to get?
Yeah,
the
you know,
more
where you have
inside
the
of it more?
where you have the
Okay.
you know the thing with the lines of that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
The placement of the person. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could
The
argue
roller
having
blades.
that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
I bet Wing is just shaking his head right now that you don't remember that.
But I'm a video person, video gamer person. I'm not a huge photographer. I'm just not very good at fancy terminology. Like I said, with like candid, I use stupid simplicity. I'm not very good with fancy words usually. But the important thing is I know the rule, right? I know the rule and what it is, and that should be the more important thing, right?
Yep.
Like, you know, maybe I don't know the law, but at least I know what I don't know the word for the law, but at least I know the details of the law. Does that make sense? Yeah, I forgot the laser of that. But yeah, you know, you could argue that because it's a little more slanted into the middle area of that. But I do like the angle, and it has a nice curve too. That's why I kind of feel like the whole angle and the hand kind of gives it a little sass in my opinion. So I just really liked the pose, and it met the criteria of having the colorful neon lights, even though it was in the common area that most people would.
I do like the fact that is not spinning.
You know, that was good timing though, because yeah, I do think it did spin in the world. So
Good timing to get all of that together.
nice little logo advertising for the World Cradle there. Yeah. Perfect. Excellent. I didn't even notice that. Nice eye, actually. Never even really thought about that with it.
Well, every time I tried to take pictures of it, it kept spinning, and I was like, I got a good picture in the end. But
Yee. But yeah. Anyone else have anything to comment on my particular photo here? Criticisms, positives, you know.
I like it. I think it works with the angle of your character and like the slanted angle in the background.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think it kind of
I think the coloring went
frames
really
it
well with it.
somewhat with the dark buildings and this tree over here. It's kind of like a border because you got the string of lights
That
at the
is
top, and
a
it's just
nice
kind of like a
detail
huge canopy or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, like you could be like a postcard. Oh, titanium.
yeah, for
I
sure.
should join one of
Wish
these
you
one of
wish
these
you were here.
days. What with me having over 10,000 screen.
'Cause, I
Yeah,
mean,
you do take a lot of photos, titanium. You're welcome to join.
there's like
Yeah.
several. There's several different compositions. Not everything has to follow the rule of thirds, you know,
Oh,
to
yes.
be composed
I mean,
correctly.
admittedly, I'm one to break the
But
rules a lot of times in those regards, because sometimes, like when it comes to my particular taste in like a artful way, I don't usually like sticking to the book too much. So I definitely can understand that myself. But yeah, I just was pointing that out because that was something I got criticized a lot of times, sometimes on some of my photos. So. I'm just like, I know it's not following the laws. The law. I'd hop in right now, but I'm
Yeah,
about to go out with Japanese dinner with my mom. That's okay, Titanium. If you want, I can send you a link to my Discord where you can get notifications for the events if you want, Titanium. Go ahead, Wob. Sorry, I didn't mean to
when I
interrupt you.
was when I was nah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm interrupting all the time anyway.
No, you're fine.
When we first knew about the rule of thirds thing, I didn't even know there was a proper sort of technique that photographers sort of try to do and not center a person in a picture type thing. I always thought, oh, that would probably be the standard thing. So when I was aware of it, I was like, oh, yeah, I've probably taken pictures technically in the wrong way in the eyes of photographers, sort of thing. But it depends on the picture itself, doesn't it? You know?
Yeah,
Sometimes it might look better if they're center profile. Sometimes
there
it
is a
might look
place for
better
it.
if they're on the left, if they're sat in the background.
There's a place for it, and sometimes there's a time to not to break the rules. It just kind of depends on
yeah,
the
there's
kind of
like
thing you're going with.
20 different
No,
composition
no.
Oh,
styles
do
you
you?
can choose from, and you don't have to stick with one. You can also like have multiple ones
Yeah.
like blended together in the same picture, you know.
Yee.
Uh,
Yeah, Wob's mic sometimes goes to the robot mode. We need to
Ah,
do a fun.
shoot.
We need to do a fundraiser
yeah.
so we can get a wireless headset for wireless little mic set for Wob.
You could probably just change
Donate
your
now.
avatar into a robot and it would just make sense.
Yeah, you just think I role play all the time.
Okay,
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
he's
just really
he's
into
speaking
you're
normal.
really
He's
into
breaking
but
character.
with
role-playing.
that,
Bonk him.
let me get Jess's up.
He's breaking character.
There you go. So go up.
Wait, Jesse, did you go back to the world?
Yes.
Ah, okay,
Did
you're
I?
like me.
Wait, did I go back to the world?
I'm not
I'm
sure.
only asking
I
because
mean, you were
the
there
lights,
during the
they-
live event of it.
Yeah,
I don't think I did go back to this world because I took like a bunch of pictures while I was there, so I
We
didn't
were
really
there
need
for a
to go
good
back to
while. I
this
think
one.
we were there for like 2
I did.
hours.
I
I
went
think.
back to some of the other. Yeah, I went back to some of the other ones, but I think I got this one while I was there.
okay, because the only reason I say that is because it looks like when I went back to the world afterwards, the lights are popping. Obviously, it looks like they're just. It looks a lot brighter in general than the first time we were there.
Oh well, I did edit this photo too to make it the
Oh, you
colors pop
edit.
more.
Ah, yes. Like I said, editing
Okay.
was allowed.
That'll be it.
Yep. And yeah, that they do
Okay.
pop out. So I didn't even really think about that, to be honest. I've been tricked, had, lied to.
Yeah,
Yeah, this. I mean, I don't consider it anything special. I've taken the same kind of photo like probably 100 times, you know, in VR chat with the single tree positioned, and you have things, you know, framing it or whatever, and like the leaves are kind of like by themselves in the blankness of the whatever the sky. You know what I mean? Like I've done
I've
this
do-
picture like 100 times in VR
Well, you're definitely
I've done that.
the
on my
more
Twitter and
photo.
stuff like that. So like that's like one of my go-tos when I like shoot worlds and I see like an alone tree like that, and I'll just run up to it real quick with a wide angle and just shoot it looking upwards. Try to get it.
Why'd you have to shoot the tree? What do you do to you?
I try to get it like somewhat sort of an angle that kind of works with whatever the background is.
See, the
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
things I like about it is one, you went with a less common area, like I was saying that, you know, like the central area would have been like the common place a lot of people would have taken photos of. So I like the fact that it's not in a simply common spot, and it is a very nice angle. I like how, like, you know, the sky is a lot more clear, and like the tree itself has a very dark coloring to it, so it's kind of leads you up to the empty sky while being surrounded by lights and that.
Yeah, I liked how busy it was, and then it goes up to like pretty much whatever the
Yee.
bloom of the tree, you know, and it's just kind of like
It's almost like the
all,
tree is
by
like a black
itself or
hole
whatever.
itself, just sucking up everything up there.
I didn't think of it like a black hole, but
Well, I mean, it's
guess that
kind of, you
makes
know,
sense.
it's kind of dark in there in the back though. That, you know, it's kind of like.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I like doing that because you know it makes the tree outline like stick out more and
Yeah.
like real contrasty, you know.
Yeah, the bright green helps get the leaves to stick out in the empty sky. I mean, you got about, looks like 3 stars there, 2 on the left, 1 in the north part there, so it's mostly empty sky that, so it sticks out. But I like it. Don't really have anything negative to say on it. Anything to add, Wop? Ah, blinded.
Nah, you
Officer,
summed it up. You summed it up.
Alright then, we'll put on Wobbs then. There you go, Wob.
There you go,
If you
Rob.
want to go
Yep,
up,
am I
if you
going
don't
Oh,
want to get up,
I would
that's
better
fine.
lay
That's
down.
up to you.
Yes, this is photo.
Don't blind yourself.
So I went back to the world afterwards because that's similar mindset to you, Jesse. I didn't like a lot of the first pictures I took. I didn't think they captured the light at all. And even when I went back again, this was one of the last pictures I took of like the sort of an area. And I ended up just liking this one. Even the ones that I tried to take that were staged, I wasn't a big fan of.
Hmm.
So yeah.
You were playing
Also,
sussy slots for a good bit though.
But I was so disappointed. So they removed the Among Us symbol. They'd reworked the arcade. The Among Us man is gone.
Yeah, I
was so
remember you
sad.
mentioned that.
And they put a Pizza Hut somewhere in there as well.
Ooh, Pizza Hut. I might have to check that out.
But, yeah, you should. It looks more vibrant. So yeah, that's why I ended up picking this shot.
I do like the
yeah.
angle. I like the angle of the middle ball. You could skate on Jet Set Radio style though. And I like the fact that, like, if you're not familiar with this world and you took like my comment, you probably wouldn't realize this is the Central Plaza area because you don't really see the middle part that's hiding over there on the side. So it kind of tricks you unless you kind of thought about it a little bit more, because like you could be like, oh, there's stairs here, so it must be like some kind of plaza center or that. But if you don't really pay attention to that, you would just think it's just somewhere in there. But yeah, I like you have a nice sign there in the middle there. You got a few different signs there, but yeah, you got a lot of color and different neon lights. So I think it does definitely cover the. Actually, is that the tree you took a picture of right there? Actually, now that I think about it.
I had to go back in the video.
I don't know. It was one of them.
Hmm.
Could be that tree. Could be that. One of the corner trees.
Yeah, there's 4 trees.
I'd say I don't really have anything to really particularly complain about. Maybe you could say a little bit of the sign cut off there, maybe, but other than that, I don't really have anything particularly that sticks out of my mind as too much of a negative.
The only thing I could say that I think would be negative, and it happens
Yeah,
a
if you
lot
need.
in these really like colorful or cyberpunk type worlds when
Mhm.
there's a lot going on. That I think just the
Too
entire
much.
photo is like there's just way too much going on. It's almost, you know, like there's
did
so
too good a
many
job.
things going on.
You could argue, yeah, it's a
You don't
very
really know
busy.
like where
Too
to
many
look.
ways.
It's kind of
Yeah, I agree with you there.
like the only thing that kind of breaks it up is this darkness here,
Mm-hmm.
and then this darkness here. I think, but
Yeah, I guess I wanted to capture all the sort of different elements of the lights, and yeah, that's why I ended up picking this picture. But I agree with you there, and it probably is too much.
yeah,
I could see that.
what I yeah, and on these there's a whole bunch of worlds like that too, where you can take a picture of any other world like
Mhm.
this, and it would look fine because not everything is lit up, and you have like different contrasts and
Yeah,
things going on. But worlds like this, you gotta
Yeah,
I find
specifically
it
on.
it's a fair
better
point.
to like try to focus on like one particular thing and have it like pop out from the background basically. Like if you
Okay.
zoomed in on like these speakers or whatever and then had the rest of it in the background, or a tree or a leaf or something, or just find something, you know.
To focus on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
like
could.
because
I
the
could see
eye
that.
just kind of like, I mean, it's not a bad shot, you know. I'm just saying it's kind of busy. That's all I'm really
Yeah. No,
saying.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
understandable.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
good grief.
And
You were
so,
running straight
like I
to
said, with this challenge idea, like I said, we could kind of decide who we think met the challenge the best. So we can go back there. So how could we do this? We could do this
So
on
the challenge was what again? Getting
it basically
colors?
getting colorful neon lights, getting a colorful neon lights of that, but the object is also to have it be a good photo, not necessarily just get as much color, but have it be a bad photo. So the idea is also to have it be a good photo, but have that criteria as a part of it. So obviously there will be subjective opinions of that, but honestly, myself, I let's do it this way. So with each person, you pick the photo, like go to the photo you think met the challenge and say why, and we'll just go between all three of us. That sound good? I think that's the way we could do it. So for me, I personally, see if I can go to Wobbs. Personally, I feel like Wobbs meets the challenge really well because it purely is and like Jess said, you can argue about being really busy for the challenge, and it could have maybe been a bit better to maybe pick a major sign and kind of scale it down to one of the major signs or something, perhaps. That could have been a bit of an improvement on the idea. But honestly, I really think it works. I like the angle. Like I said, the only thing I could really complain about is really maybe one of the signs being kind of cut off. Overall, you pretty much have like most of the major signs that are in the shot in that. So I really like the angle and everything. I definitely like the angle of the pipe thing you can skate on with it too. That so personally, I like Wobbs for the challenge, so I give Wob the point on it. So, whichever you two want to go
We're
up
gonna
next. One of these
we're gonna
two
be a
are
three-way
gonna
tie.
be three-way tie. What,
Yeah.
just
Thank you.
gonna
I
pick,
appreciate
everyone's
that.
just gonna pick everyone else's? Don't feel embarrassed if you want to pick your own. Don't feel.
I'm not picking my own. How do I move it?
You can either drag the slide. Let's see. Is
Can you
it?
move it for
It
me?
should. It's unlocked, so it won't
I
let you
can't
move
move
it.
the damn thing.
Who do you want it on?
Jesse's.
Jesse's.
explain why.
Okay, that's fine. We'll get on. There you go. Take it away.
I think because obviously, you both had a. Obviously, I can't vote for myself. I probably could, but I'm not going to vote for myself. But I think because obviously you focus on one particular thing being the tree, and it captures the lights very, very well. That's why the only drawback on yours is Atticus is because the picture is taken obviously before they messed around with the world. It captures the lights, but it doesn't capture the feeling of lights. I don't know. It's bright. It doesn't capture the brightness, I guess. But that's not your fault. I don't know. This is a good picture. So. I'm sliding.
It's all.
Am I normal? Am I good?
It's all good. It's all good. See, admittedly, for me, like I do like this, but like for me, I'll admit, like I'm a sucker for landscape. Like I always feel like I always feel kind of iffy about an up and down type shot when there's a lot of stuff, being cut off. Sometimes I admit, sometimes I kind of just draw to more landscaping, but I do like the shot. I do.
I'm the same in that regard. I prefer doing the landscape shot, but it's like the original ones that I wanted to submit were actually not landscape, portrait. So like I was trying to submit one that was portrait to begin with, but they didn't turn out great. Either they blurred something too much or not enough or whatever, and I was just like, yeah.
See, I think like
Or
for
they didn't
me,
necessarily
I think the
plan
world
it.
was too busy, in my opinion, to do a portrait. In my opinion, for me skills. But I think that's what's good
I
about
have
focusing
so many
on the
portrait
tree.
photos I've taken of landscapes. It just depends on what it is, And
Yeah, I think it works
Well,
better
if you
with
just-
a more isolated background and having
if-
like a more.
if you took a picture of this tree in landscape mode, that would totally take away from
Oh yeah,
the tree.
I mean
Like,
I mean the tree does benefit from it being in portrait. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's more about the background that the whole aspect of the tree is excellent to that. It's just like you were saying, like with Wobbs being busy, like the fact that there's busy stuff being cut off just kind of leaves my mind to be like, eh. See, I find like that kind of thing. I find a lot more that like say like if it was more of a beach background, I think that would just solve that for me. But again, that's just me. Don't mind me. I'm just biased against landscapes.
I'll have to post some of the shots and see what you guys think anyway.
Yeah.
I will post them at some point, promise.
Yeah,
I won't post
go
the
for
awful
it.
ones, but I'll post any spare ones in the Discord later.
That's fine. Okay. Can you interact with the Slido, or do you need me to get two for you? It should be it's unlocked, so.
No, I can't.
Unless.
interact with it.
It says it's unlocked, but
There. Try it now. That might have had something to do with it, maybe.
No,
No?
I still can't do
Is it
anything with it.
Okay then. Whose do you want on?
Well, I'm not gonna pick my own photos, so I'll go to Rob's.
Wob. Ooh, we got a grand winner. Wob. Congratulations.
Thank you.
One thing I can say about this photo is, since it is so busy and it's all really colorful, it's almost kind of like a pattern photo. You know what I mean? When you ever see those pictures people take of like just patterns, like
Have him like
takes up the
repeat on
entire-
something.
Yeah, it's a pattern composition, and it takes up the entire photo. I mean, you could say that about this, with the lights.
Hmm.
But
But yeah, I
I don't
certainly
know.
feel like it met the challenge
But
really well.
I just think your photo was it wasn't as bright, and it didn't show off the lights as well.
Fair point.
So
Yee. I
yeah,
see.
if you're
Oh,
going
don't
for
worry.
neon
I'll
lights, I
just
think
be crying in the
Rob's
corner.
photo takes the win.
0 points. anyway, anyway.
You have been awarded 0 points.
Just remember who gives you your grades. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So Wob wins the neon light challenge.
I'm happy.
So
I
that's
just wanted to win one challenge. That was it. Just one. I was happy with that.
that's good. First challenge met. So the next challenge.
See, we need like
Ye-
other people that wasn't involved.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I actually told people if that's why I told people that if they don't eat, like if they just want to join and look at and critique of that, they're welcome to join of that. So you don't necessarily have to take photos to join the session of that. But anyway, so the next challenge was the candid shots. Or as I like to put, just capturing things in live motion. So sadly, I didn't really like any of my candid shots. I didn't really go out. I could have gone out or even looked at my older photos, but like I was telling Wob, that I personally like trying to stick to the actual event photos as part of my kind of challenge effect to it. So I went and you didn't get to join us for the event, Jess. It was actually a mixed idea of doing a birthday celebration for myself and several others because a lot of us have April birthdays. I'm an April boy. So we did a big game night I felt like a game night would have done well with candid shots because, people, doing things yet. So have fun.
I remember this now.
Yes, Wob did get to join, which Wob is right there being possibly mortal in any second now. Marcus, who I mentioned earlier being interested in joining, is actually right there as well, and that's TK for anyone who joins Lakes' workouts out of curiosity. But yeah, this is a game world called Blackout, if you're not familiar with it, Jess. The lights turn out, and people can brutally murder each other during that time. And when the lights are on, nobody can. So I believe at this moment the lights were getting ready to turn out, and Wob was freaking out about getting horrifyingly murdered here because everyone's armed with weapons. Oh, actually, is that a... I didn't even notice. I think... Is that a gun now? Because the investigator gets a gun. I can't tell if that's a gun or the blonde sword.
A sword or a dagger. Yeah.
It might be the blonde sword. It's actually kind of hard to tell. I didn't actually look close enough on that. But out of the ones I got from the night, I felt like this was the best. I don't think it's super great. Like I said, I could have went out and got better ones, but it's kind of part of my thing to kind of stick to the actual event days. So, but I thought it was a funny one still, because like everyone's just ganging up on poor Wob here. The positioning of the people, a little here and there. Some more in a nice position, while others a little bit off. So, but anyone want to comment on it?
I believe the bin head man was trying to murder me. He came at me and he yeah.
Ooh.
And I was scared for my life, and everybody else came in. And then I think
what's going on in
tried
here?
to fight the bin man.
Oh.
Someone tried to defend me. That's all I remember. But...
Might have been Marcus, maybe. maybe.
It was a fun night, though.
Any comments? Anything else? Tell me how horrible it is. Give me the 0 I deserve.
Where's that marker thing?
Yeah, let's try to
One
keep
thing I do
these
like,
in the middle when we're done with them so people can get them.
I mean, I like how everybody's kind of centered in the photo.
Yeah.
That's one good thing. And I like the angle that you're at with the bar. The only thing I think it suffers from
Let me
is
guess.
that for a candid shot, like just by looking at it, you wouldn't know what's going on. You would have to tell the story with it.
That's true.
I mean, it'd be nice conversation starter or something, you know, if you were showing these to people. But if you wasn't present and they
Yeah.
still saw this, like they wouldn't know what was going on.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with
Like
this
any-
world or anything, then like if you know the world, then you could probably easily get the context of it. Then, but yeah, if you're not familiar with this world, that's completely understandable. Because the only thing you really get here is that Wob's kind of holding his hands up, and there's just a bunch of people around him. Otherwise, I mean, the only thing you can really notice weapon-wise is with that gentleman though, because it's kind of hard to see that they're holding a weapon. And Marcus does have a weapon there, but it's kind of, blending in with the ball there. So that's all very fair. Kind of hard to get the context of what's going on here without getting it first.
If they were like more profound on their poses and like pointing,
Yeah, like if they were
weapons at each
holding
other,
them.
because
Yeah.
you really can't tell anybody's holding a weapon.
Yeah.
Like
They
I don't
are
even know
hard to
what
see.
that is. It just looks
Yeah.
blurry, but
They're all,
Yeah, like-
pretty hidden into the territory. So yes, that is a very fair criticism. Very understandable. But yeah, I didn't really like most of the candid shots I tried for during the event. But that's part of the
candid
challenge,
shots are
though.
pretty difficult to capture because if you're not in the right spot at the right moment,
Yes.
you're gonna miss it.
And like I said, I could have dug through old photos because I got lots of good candid shots from like the dance group and such. So I could have definitely picked out some better. But like I said, I like to try and stick to the event. You don't have to do that, obviously, but I kind of just do that myself. But anyway, okay then, we'll go ahead. Let's just go do his then. Get that on his. Yup.
Okay, so yeah, I did go through my old photos because that's
Is that
Chi.
Chi?
I don't know if
Yeah,
if you
that's
recognize
who I thought it probably was.
when we were in that
Oh,
Anti-Threps apartment or whatever complex.
yeah, that big one where you could go through the
There.
building.
Oh.
I didn't even realize that was there,
Yeah.
but now that you point that out, I remember it now.
Yeah, I've had this photo for a long time, and I really like it. But yeah, they I don't know what she was doing there, but
Technically, in the moment.
I ran down these this ramp here, and I turned around, and she was just staring out the window. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna capture a photo of that, and I took like 3 or 4, different compositions with these rail beams and stuff going through the photo, and this is the one I ended up liking the best.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good shot.
Yeah.
That's pretty much like on those events. I think I told Atticus this once, but whenever we all got together like this, I would spend the entire event getting candid photos, just because that's the only time I would have that everybody was there, and I could take photos with people in the shot, and I thought it'd be real cool to have those, to post in the Discord for everybody to look at and be like, oh, hey, that's me or whatever. And so if I wanted like a landscape photo or something in the environment, I would always just go back later on and get it when I was by myself. But while I was there with everybody, I focused on shooting candid shots. So that's how I got like 90% of my candid shots that I still have. Because these days, I really don't ever go to public worlds because I just can't stand them. And I normally have everybody's avatar turned to a robot anyway. So
Yeah, I usually have to turn people on who aren't on my friend list to see them. So, which is usually the safer way to go about. listen along near the end of that day.
It's like candid photos really don't hit right whenever you're taking pictures of robots, you know.
The only thing I would say about this photo is it probably, and again, it's a candid shot, so understandable that, you know, it's not like you had every moment, but it probably would have been nice. Like, I do love having this light here at an angle. It just probably would be nicer to have it more at the side and have the whole body there. But otherwise, it is very nice. I like how the lights all slanted in there on that. If there was just a way to get, well, nothing was blocking them while keeping that I think would have just made it perfect personally. But otherwise, yeah, I like it. The light, in fact, the lighting effect, and of course the two different colors too. So you know they helps them pop out from each other, don't get mixed up. Like say like these windows, you know, being bluish,
Oh, yeah. If
they
it was just
don't they
straight up,
don't stick out as
she was
much.
straight up blue. Then
Yeah, then they would have all kind of ended up blending together. So that helps a lot though. But that's pretty much the only thing I would really have to say about it myself. Anything to add, Bob?
it's a. Well, you can tell. I just want to say it's good because you can tell what's going on. Whether or not she is actually AFK or just admiring the view of the world, then yeah.
Ooh,
And just
AFK would have been a low ball candid shot. Cheating. I mean, hide. But technically, it would be in the heart of the moment. So. It's all cool. But yeah, I think it's a good shot. That. Yeah. Okay.
you both have good pictures.
Well, if no one has anything else to add, we'll swap over the Wob here. Okay, this one I feel like has a, how should I say, a story to it.
Do you know what it is?
I'm gonna guess JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. No? Well, it certainly looks bizarre.
You're close, but you're not. Cause I don't really watch too many animes, but yeah. You got a guess, Jesse?
What am I guessing?
Where the...
Do you know what anime that is?
No, I have no clue what that is.
Oh. It was One Punch Man.
Ah! See, I never got to watch One Punch Man, so other than the main character, I'm not really familiar with any of the other characters.
Oh mate, I had a couple pictures of his face and his expression when I first joined. So going back to what you said about the robots, right?
Yeah.
My friend had a birthday on the 2nd of April, right? And he's pretty not safe for work, you know. There was a party going on. There was a lot of people. It was a laggy world. It was a laggy event.
Ooh.
There was like I had about 60% of them all robots, but I tried to take candid pictures, just in general, because I think that was it may have been around the time that challenge was set. I don't remember, but yeah, because they were all robots, they didn't turn out great. I was just like, you don't really know what's going on because it's just a bunch of robots. And then I tried to take pictures of another event that happened, and yeah, my pictures just weren't great. Right, so this is of Man Spider.
Yeah, I was going to
I'm
ask you if
after-
that was Man Spider.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and I wanted to try and join my friends because I was like, yeah. Every time I try to take candid shots, I was not liking them, so I wanted to try and go to my friends who were probably going to be sleeping in a movie world, right? I was just going to take a picture because they would. If I joined, I was going to just be at the back, take a picture and leave, sort of thing. It may be a little bit weird.
Ooh,
Probably,
going for
you know,
no,
going
low
to
ball.
take a picture.
Everyone going for low ball candid shots. What easier targets than them sleeping?
Post on my wall online. I know where you sleep.
I
Send
know
it
where
directly to them
you're
afterwards, but-
sleeping.
But
Rob's putting together a blackmail package.
when I went in VR, nobody was on. Or like they weren't in that world, and I was just like, what the? I can't get my camera shot. So at some point when I went into VR to get more photos, or maybe it was I saw Man Spider was in the LS movie world place, right? So I thought, oh, I can join them. And I was hoping, I was like, if they're AFK, maybe they're online. I was going to ask them, but basically, they immediately paused the thing, the account. I was like, oh, damn. What are you watching? That sort of thing. Told me they're watching One Punch Man. I went in, they had it paused on the One Punch Man's face, and his blank expression or something. I laughed. I then stayed and watched a couple of episodes. I was in desktop at the time, so I ended up having to get some weird angle where it's partly in the couch. And this is one of the shots I took. And I asked Man Spider afterwards if he was alright, if they were alright with me taking a picture and submitting it, and they said they were.
Oh no. Yeah, I can't really tell anywhere on the photo that you were inside the furniture, so it looks like you literally
Yeah.
because you can see a little bit of what looks like the furniture behind Man Spider, so it looks like you're just
that's the
like
cushion.
a little behind them with that, so it kind of gives you that kind of force pull, like we're looking through someone else's view watching on the couch there, that so it kind of gives that kind of vibe to me.
Well, I would have been sitting somewhere on the right, but I obviously didn't want to be in the way of the photo. And when I was obviously first setting it up, I wanted to try and position it where I got Man Spider and only. And I had to awkwardly crouch as camera and desktop and try and get an okay angle. It was like, oof, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say the only thing with this shot that I particularly think is because a little bit, it looks like you're either, I can't tell if whether you're on just the actual edge of the screen or if it's cut off a little there, but obviously the corner, there's a little bit of,
cut off.
yeah, there's definitely a corner missing though, for sure. So if you had like at least the corner there, you probably could have, even if it was, probably not be able to tell that there is. But because the corner's missing, it kind of gives you that there's potential little cut off there. But other than that, I think it's a nice angle of Man Spider there as a viewer on that. But yeah, I'm not familiar with the anime, so I can't comment on this lovely person's mugshot.
Yeah, that was one of the funny expressions that I thought, oh, I'll just submit that one. I took like half a dozen sort of shots at different times. Yeah.
Anything you like to add though, Jess?
I don't. The only thing I got is I don't really know what this avatar looks like, and you really can't tell what it is from this angle if you don't know what it already looks like or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever
So
met
I
Man
don't
Spider.
know
I mean, he was
where the
somebody who was
face
around
is. Like,
Wingding a
where's
lot.
the face? You know.
I used to have an avatar where they were just a little black spider, right? And they had a little black top hat.
Yeah, that was the older one.
They're basically like they look somewhat different from this. It's the first time I've seen Man Spider.
Oh, that I've seen Man Spider in that one a few times. It's kind of like, think of it as kind of maybe a cross of a Nanachi and a Spider.
Well, I mean, that's the only thing really. It's like you can't really tell what this is. You know, I mean, I know it's an avatar because you can see like the little hand.
You would want a little more
But,
detail
I
to the
don't know what any
person.
of this other stuff is. And the only other thing I can say, like, it doesn't bother me that the screen's cut off or anything. But I always think it's cliche to like take pictures of TV screens. You know, and that's just like a thing.
Yeah,
for me.
it probably is a very simple, candid attempt there. I know, yeah.
There Don't worry, we'll have other
thank
candid
you both.
challenges in the future.
But yeah, like
Oh no.
I'm in this club and they have like a landscape photo contest, and I was just like, well, hell, can I just go to a movie world and play Lord of the Rings and just snap away?
Oh dear. That just sounds like you're just setting up things. Eee. Hey.
Just be like, that's ultimate cheating.
Well, I feel like this might end up in a landslide kind of thing here, but let's see. But I'd have to take. I'd have to go and give just no nothing really to add. But yeah, I think I give just the point on this cowboy.
Okay. I agree. Yep.
Yeah, I had a funny feeling on that. So what would you like to go with, Just?
Well, I mean,
You can vote for yourself if you want. If you want. You're
I
already
don't know if
winning.
it was. I don't know if it was fair because I have like hundreds of candid shots I had to choose from. So I mean,
It said you could take
it's not like
photos
I
outside the
went out,
event,
you know,
so
for the challenge or anything.
so
Like this is one of my favorite candid shots I've ever had, and
ooh,
that's after like months.
steep
months of
competition.
photographing. So I mean, I think it, you know,
Were you,
it's not
are
really
you
fair
are
to
you
guys
are
'cause
you trying to
you
say you're
didn't,
not gonna vote? Is that what you're saying?
I don't wanna
How
vote for myself
how will
'cause I
Wob
don't
and me
know
supposed
which
to
one I
know who
like.
had the better candid shot?
I mean, out of all three of them, I think mine like is the best set up as far as
Oh,
composition.
there it goes. Zeros.
But
We are the zeros. Wait a minute. Let me get the. It's like, we are the zeros today. Okay. Okay then. Oh,
See,
good
that's why we
grief,
need
Troy
other people
Brown.
voting and not us.
Yeah.
To be fair, Atticus.
Yeah.
If we were primarily going off the photos that we had obviously taken in that
Yeah.
on that day, or even just say the past say few sessions, I probably wouldn't have submitted anything for the candid or even some of the other ones because again, I've said it before. I didn't like my shots for the past few ones. I messed up with the focus a lot, or I didn't use the focus.
And that's why you can do
Alright.
shots after. You know.
Didn't that just absolutely suck when you go to look at your photos and realize you misfocus on all of them?
Oh yeah, that's why I take
It's like, oh,
multiple
shit.
focuses. So next cowboy
It's really bad for me.
was the
Because
emotion.
I've got Oculus, right?
Yeah.
It almost feels like it's blurry right now at times, just from even though my IPD is set properly. It's like there's always blurriness. So whenever trying to take a photo, if I had it on full, focus and the aperture down low, you can tell it's blurry. And then if you have no aperture mode, then you can tell. But if you have anything in the middle, then I can't even tell until I look afterwards.
See, I like to usually take about 4 or 5 different focuses to try and rectify that problem because it definitely is hard in the VR camera to tell sometimes how focused or blurred it is
Yeah, and
sometimes.
a lot of times the dang focus system doesn't even work
Ooh.
in some worlds.
That as well.
You know.
That could have something to do with the programming of it, but that would be getting into technicalities that I don't understand personally. So for this challenge, we will post to try and get photos that express a type of emotion. So I thought this was going to be the more interesting category because what I would like to see us do with each of these is to say what emotion you kind of get from the photo and see if it matched it with the person who took the photo's idea of the feeling or feelings they got from it. So I would like us to show a photo and then have each person say what they kind of get from it and see if it was successful at capturing that emotion. So, and then of course, anything, comments and stuff you would like to say on it, of course. So,
You want me to go first?
I don't mind either way.
don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Okay. The feeling that I get is I don't know how to describe it, but or if there's a single word for it, but like that feeling of you're like in a desert and you're walking towards civilization and you're like very tired and thirsty and you're about to die.
Ooh,
and then you see
dehydrated.
a beacon of hope that you're finally heading towards and you don't know if it's real or not. But you just have to have faith and keep walking. That's the feeling I get from this photo.
Yeah, that was my second thought, but yeah, I got a feeling of opposite. My first feeling was like despair and numb. I don't know why. Even though yes, the light and glimmer of hope and in ahead, but my first feeling was despair and void and nothingness and numb. But yeah.
So for me,
there is light.
For me, I kind of gave it kind of a bleak, kind of isolated vibe of going towards like a beacon, as just said, like oh, there's something after being out here in the middle of nowhere, dying and that. So I definitely feel like I caught a little bit of what I was trying to do in this. It was mostly a center shot, so. But yeah, I felt like because of the lighting in this world, I believe we were all present during this event, if I remember correctly. Yeah. This was the last world I believe we visited that day. But yeah, I felt like I went really far in the back where there was hills and that, and I felt like having the light source with a lone building and a kind of a mysterious, like I mean, for some reason, like the little lamp post gives me like a weird Narnia vibe for some reason, because it's just like out there in the middle of nowhere, like the beginning of Narnia. If you ever watched or read Narnia before. But yeah, it was kind of the idea is being like you're kind of going out of this isolated, depressing situation to a possibility of like a beacon of hope in a very desolate land. So that was kind of the vibe I was going for on that. Yeah, you do kind of see a little path there too. That's why I liked it about the lighting here.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the pathway it's slightly lit up.
Yeah.
And then it fades to dark.
Yeah, it was pretty dark on the other side of the island when these hills were that. So I really liked it, the very like because I mean it's like the whole thing is just surrounded by darkness of that. So I felt like it was a really nice touch of that myself. But any other comments, criticisms, or anything anyone would like to go on about?
I like it. I think it's a strong shot. I like how it's not absolutely dead center. It's a little bit to the right, it feels.
Yeah, I thought having it dead center, like, on one hand, I was debating about having it with the Rule of Thorns, but then on the other hand, I was like, dead center would be. Because I merely did try a few shots with having it more dead center with the building underneath it. But on one hand, I didn't get the kind of lighting effect I wanted down here, and I thought that was kind of boring. So that's why I did just a little bit off. But I know I left myself possibly open for that.
I think it's good because I think dead center or doing it like all the way over as the rule of thirds, I think either one of those would taken away from it. Because in order to have it over here as the rule of thirds, you would have had to like zoom out a little bit. You know, you wouldn't be as it's close to it, it wouldn't feel like you're looking at it first person view anymore if it was the rule of thirds.
That's a nice way to put it too, because the way the shot is does kind of give you that like you're watching in the person's point of view itself too. So that's a nice way of putting it. I like that way. Okay then. Well, if no one else has anything else to say, then we'll mosey on to the next one.
I was shivering. Sorry, my
Oh,
window's open. It's cold.
it's cold. It's winter.
You're
Okay.
shivering in a robot voice. Is what you- Okay, so y'all go first, I guess.
The
Then
one,
I'll say what I was thought about it.
yeah, like I said, so the one thing for me is like the expression the Kyoto has. Like if they had more like a soulful vibe, like I feel like the kind of shadowing glass vibe would go with a more sad face. But like to me, it looks like a very shyish face. So to be honest, I'm a little mixed on the vibe on I'm supposed to feel, because like they look like they're like in a shy position, but like usually like a shadowing glass kind of thing is kind of like more for like a soulful depression kind of thing. So it's really hard for me. Like I've honestly spent time trying to think of the kind of emotion I'm supposed to feel with it, because it like the expression on the Kyoto just kind of throws me off from the shadowing vibe. So it's I still don't have a real like emotion to attach to it, sadly. Like I just couldn't really think of whether like am I supposed to feel like and like I mean I guess if the Kyoto was like ugly or something, you could also go with the shadowing effect on that. But I mean it's an anime goal, so I mean it's like again I don't know what to really attach to it. So I have failed to find a emotion to really attach to it. I am interested to hear the context of the photo though.
I guess it's difficult anyway. It's difficult to really pinpoint one word because I'd say the same thing. I'd say it's almost like broken a sense of shattered oneself, like their identity type thing. That's sort of the vibe I'm getting.
Hmm.
But
I feel like for that kind of thing, you would maybe want slightly different versions of the person in each shard or something, maybe in that regard. Like a different expression, maybe. Like maybe have one look kind of evil, one look kind of innocent, maybe one look kind of off. But yeah, I mean, as far as I could tell, it's like the same face expression in the three of them, even though two of them you only get a real good full shot, and one of them you
Yeah,
just have the eyes.
it's the same.
But yeah, I imagine it's the
I'm not
same.
that good.
Yeah, that would
Like,
probably require a little editing. Probably like take the same
yeah, that would be
shot
like
with
a
the
Photoshop
person
thing.
and do like have them do a different expression and then edit the shards out in layers for each one. That's probably how I would go about it if I was going to try something like that. But that's just me. Anyway, though, I would love to hear the context of the photo because, like I said, I would like the because I feel
Well,
like that's what I need.
I found this to be the more difficult challenge out of all of them. Because I don't really have a lot of pictures that I felt portrayed an emotion. But I was going for like broken,
Hmm. Like
self
heartbroken.
or whatever you say that.
Kind of like
I
how
don't know,
well, I
just
would.
whatever you're going through. And
Hmm.
I really wasn't paying attention to like the facial expression, because that's kind of like just the default expression on that
Hmm.
character. That was my friend, and they were in desktop mode, so it's not like they could like
So
change
kind of
their
hard to
expression or
like
anything.
do a lot of
So
yeah.
I don't.
I mean, I just thought it was, you know, I thought it was a cool effect how you're like shattered.
Oh
and,
yeah, the effect is
you
nice.
know, and
Don't get me wrong on
several
that.
different pieces, and you just don't feel like you're whole. Like
Yeah.
something's missing, something's broken.
I feel like for that vibe, then like it probably would have been like if there was a way to, on the upside, there's a lot of the same colors, so it would probably wouldn't been too hard to kind of edit some of this out and maybe try to have like different, like say if this person's like having some kind of life crisis problem, like they're going through trouble maybe at school or something, you could have like different like visuals of school life and that kind of showing like maybe like something like bullies and stuff and certain backgrounds of the shards or something. But of course that would require a lot of editing of that. But I just feel like the empty void and the expression kind of just doesn't really express that to me. Like there's nothing expressing that there's something wrong with the person. But I do like, don't get me wrong though, I do like the shadowing effect. I mean, that's like a very the Persona series, for example. Persona deals with all the cast characters usually dealing with a negative side of themselves, those shadows, which usually are an exaggeration of a part of themselves that they don't reveal publicly. And the shadow usually takes on a insanely exaggerated version of that thought. And like this kind of vibe is a very common theme with a lot of characters in Persona that. So, but don't take it the wrong way that the photo is awful or anything. Like the shadowing effect is a very nice thing. I actually was probably going to actually ask you what world that was in, actually out of interest on that. But yeah, I find it hard to
mirrors.
Eccentric mirrors. I'll probably re-ask you on that because I will probably forget it. But it is a very nice shot. It just for the.
I can post it in the Discord.
Yeah, and that's fine.
It's got different mirror effects.
It's just kind of hard to get
the
idea of the emotion out of it. Like how.
I wanted to say that I think.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I think that you do capture the sense of brokenness because you never see the avatar fully in one piece. You see the legs cut off. You see the top of the head repeats up there. You never see the head you never see the whole avatar as a whole in full view in any piece of the mirror or reflection. It would look cool if you had different avatars reflecting in the other thing, but yeah.
I could understand that
as a separate
to a certain extent, but I still feel like the kind of like what you were saying with if I can swap back to my candid shot, like kind of like how you were saying like you're like if you're not familiar with this world and that you're not 100% sure of the context, like that's the kind of feeling I get with your photo, that I'm not getting enough information to understand the emotion of it. Like I feel like I either need something in the background or some different expressions to help convey that a little bit more. But that again, that's just me. Don't take that as a horrible thing of that.
Yeah.
But
how do you go back?
Okay. I get it. Yeah, I don't know why it won't let you interact with it at all. Like that seems weird to me.
We've never really like dealt with the video part of
it's been a very thing. But
we're not aware of.
See, I kind of liked the emptiness and like the void, like you're on a single plane. It kind of makes me feel like this girl just passed away. She's in the afterlife, and like her like being is like split up in several different pieces or whatever, and she doesn't know what's going on. Like she's lost.
That does sound interesting, but I still think that kind of fits into the same thing that we have to have some of that context. Because like maybe if there was like a Halo overhaul, then maybe it could come to that idea that something like that, like a little halo, would have been an interesting way, or maybe like just have the halo over one of them, so that one would convey that thought of there's something.
So you're saying I need to download Photoshop?
Well, you did say you edit the other one, so you apparently have something to do that. But
I don't.
you do
I don't
have to
have
keep in
anything
mind
like,
I do photo
I can
editing that,
change
so
like colors and stuff, but I mean, I can't,
yeah,
add
like I said, a lot of the
brand new
stuff,
objects into the photo.
a lot of stuff I said,
Like,
the easiest thing out of the stuff I said that would be if you, and since you said they were in desktop, that actually would have made it better too. If you could get a toggle face expression and just have them sit there and take like 5 of these photos, and then it would have been really easy to overlay all those versions and then easily cut these out to get different ones. So that would have been the easiest one out of all the things. Yeah, the stuff like taking all the void out for different background images, that would have been really time consuming, even though it's has the advantage of not having tons of colors, but still would be time consuming. I'm not saying you had to edit that. I'm just saying my main point, like I said, is that for me, it's I feel confused about the context of it. Like I said, how you afford the my candid shot, that's kind of basically the same thing I got here. Like, I feel like the easiest thing would have been obviously having a more a better expression
sad
for the
face.
yeah, because the fact of the blushing just really throws me off. I'm just like,
I wasn't even thinking about that at the time. Of course, I took this photo like 2 months ago.
you see, that's a fun thing with critiques, in my opinion. You like sometimes you don't like how Wob pointed out on my first picture with the logo in the plaza. Like I didn't even think about the fact that that spins, and my picture caught it at the right moment where it just fully frontal on the picture. Like it's always nice hearing. That's one of the fun things I like. It's just hearing the nice things that people notice that you don't even realize in it. But anywho, then, you got anything else to add, Wob?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, then we'll head off to your picture here then. Okay. So for me, I get like a bit of a warm feeling from this, and admittedly for me, it was kind of hard to tell what's in the background because the most light you got is about here. So I wasn't at first really sure what the environment was. Like you could tell there's like some buildings here. These are windows and that. So this is obviously in some kind of building of that. But it was kind of hard for me to tell whether this was a bit or not. But assuming I was accurate on those things, I get kind of a warm feeling because this blurred out file here that you see. But that's pretty much what I get from it.
I don't know. I think it's hard to tell what this is in the front. At first, my very first thought was it was like a heated hot tub.
I think
So it made me
that's
wanna
supposed to be
like jump
wood
in
though, is what I think that's
a hot
supposed to
tub
be.
or something.
Man, that's some lava-ish hot tub there, bro.
But yeah, I was like looking at this, like maybe that's water. I don't know. I just can't tell what it is. Like it's really dark, and this is really warm. It just makes me feel warm and cozy. I mean, that's the feeling I get from it.
Well, I'm glad I'm not alone on trying to, because admittedly I did ask Wob about why we were waiting to see who else showed up, because I did say like that I was confused at being 100% sure on what this is, so I was glad that this was a bit in that. But yeah, I'm glad I shared in the same idea that it was a little hard to kind of tell what was actually in the background now. But yeah, I was pretty sure this was wood and some kind of fireplace type kind of deal going on now. Okay, Wob.
You are
Defend
both
yourself.
Technically right. You're both technically right. That's the thing. Yeah, I was going for like a cozy, relaxed sort of warm feeling, just in general. Um, this was like a sleeping world. So what this is the bed. It's inbuilt in the floor type thing. That's me. And
Oh wait, you're
this
actually in
is
now?
yeah, that's me. That's the yeah. I know it's very difficult to tell. That's my
I didn't
foot.
even
That's my
realize.
leg.
Yeah, see, you could
That's
have
my hair.
maybe see this could have maybe used a little light touch up in editing,
Oh,
could have been,
I see
but
now.
yeah,
Holy
like
crap.
yeah, it's like yeah, I Will's Waldo, the VR edition. Hey, that
In
could
a
be a
way,
fun challenge idea, actually.
it's
Oh,
sort
don't
of
listen to
it's
me.
good and bad that you didn't see me. I wish you guys did see me better, but I mean, yeah, the picture's quite dark. The world was quite dark. But yeah, it was raining. You can't even really catch that in there.
Oh yeah, I don't
But
even see any.
there was some
There's
atmosphere
a
above.
there's a little something there. I guess that was Wayne.
And there's a little candle. But yeah, the whole it was cozy, sort of chill, warm vibes just in general. And like yeah, it's like I tried a bunch of shots of me laying down. They always looked like I was half broken type thing. It didn't make me lay down properly.
Well, to be fair,
So I'll have to show
you
you
don't
guys
have.
later.
Have you ever? I don't think you ever had full body, right? You're half body.
No, I'm a
Yeah.
half body
See, for
person.
that
Yeah.
you need an avatar that has like pose toggles. You could use
Oh
pose
yeah.
toggles and play space moval to do that, which I would imagine this avatar doesn't have those options.
No, this has
That so
got
you would have to
nothing.
specifically look for one because I've seen ones that have different laying poses, and you can use play
Yeah,
space to fine tune it.
I got an avatar for you.
This is the avatar I was
Ah,
in that.
yeah, I can.
But yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell what's the. I just see what looks like some eels.
I wanted me to be slightly visible, but not be the main focus type thing. But
Yeah,
the fact you guys couldn't see me, I guess it
be
didn't
a
work.
little hidden, but you didn't necessarily want to be super hidden.
Yeah, but so technically you're both right. It was like cozy, warm sort of vibes.
I do
It
like
was
the
a chill
idea
world.
of the photo. Because it's
Oh, yeah.
so
Oh, and
dark,
yeah.
you probably could have done it really lazily and just lined up the whole thing. Because, like I said, this is pretty much the only real light other than the actual file, and that's blurred out. So you probably wouldn't even had to have done like a Pacific zoning. You could have probably just took the whole thing and blinded it just a little bit to get a little bit of visual over here. The only concern would be because of how dark it's here on whether it would
Yeah.
actually still have some of the detail. Because once you get too solid of a color, even if you brighten it up, it might just turn, a solid
Great
color
idea.
like that. So that would be the only thing to be concerned there. Because right there is super dark, so I don't know if any of the details would get saved. But could have been worth trying out to see. But worst case scenario, like I said, you could also done some selectiveness. But yeah, I don't like editing my photos personally because, like I said, I like trying to challenge myself in that regard. But Yeah,
Uh,
but yeah, I feel that's again the
I
main
don't
problem now.
touch up. Yeah,
And there's
I
nothing wrong with that.
don't touch up photos to I don't even know what to do. I might look at it in the future, but yeah. This probably could definitely do with some editing to lighting.
Yeah. Alright. Well,
And if the photo's like too dark, you can't hardly save it if it's too dark like that.
yeah.
Like you try
Like,
to brighten it up, but then it looks
yeah,
obvious that you made it brighter. You know, it doesn't look very good.
yeah. Like I
So,
said,
like,
I'd be
the
really
only
concerned
fix,
about the.
yeah, if I was trying to take this shot, and I knew the world was too dark, I would have to like set up an additional light source to like shine
Ooh,
light
yeah, you could
in the world.
fake moonlight. I was about to say you could also maybe try to fake having some kind of lamp or something, either edit in a lamp looking
Yeah,
device or just try to convey kind of a lamp nightlight thing off.
like if you have a avatar that has like a flashlight on it or something, or
Ooh, that could have been an interesting idea while keeping the darkness had like maybe instead of going for sleeping, maybe go for more like kind of just concerned of the darkness or something kind of vibe. The boogeyman somewhere with a lava file keep him away.
Yeah, I wasn't sure I wasn't sure what sort of feeling or emotion I wanted to capture at first. I was like, I could go for like, I could try and go for like a nostalgic type thing, reminiscent type. And I'm just gonna get some sort of old retro sort of world type thing. I don't know, but
No, I do like the whole idea of the photo. I just felt like it was a little bit dark, and that's probably more on the world's end, obviously, especially if you're not going to do any touch up. So, but I do like the idea of it. Could be something to try and revisit in a different world. I would try again,
sure,
but yee. Okay, so well, this one I'd hate to.
You can try this avatar, Rob, if you want.
This one I'd
Got a
hate
lot of poses.
I'd hate to do this, but I think I'd just go with mine. I love the ideas of both of your photos, but I just felt like that Wob. Oh no, we got twins in here. Oh no. But I just feel like it's kind of hard. Like I said, I did ask Wob about it, so I knew now the purple of what the environment was. But again, similar to the candid criticism on my candid, I wasn't really sure, and I think I always said enough on yours. I do love the ideas of both of them. Like I almost feel like I want to try something like yours with a little try actual editing idea with that. Whoa, what in the world? What in the world happened to you? You just turned into a bunch of pixels. Violet, you're turning pixelated. Pixel, you're turning pixel. But yeah, I'd hate to do it, but I think I'd just go with myself. So which of you two brave ones want to go up next?
I mean, I was gonna pick yours as well.
2 points. Ooh. How about you, Wob? Do I get a full house here? Full house, full house.
I thought you have to get a full house. Yeah.
Yeah! I win! Dun, 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 dun. You are the... Okay, anyway. I'll stop hamming it up. But I do want to emphasize, I loved both the ideas of your photos. They just had a flaw that just made it kind of hard to convey it. Honestly, like, if it had a more appropriate face expression, I would probably went with Jess's. But like I said, since it was like a very bashful thing, it just kind of made me confused. Because like I said, usually like a cracked mule kind of is either like sadness, depression, a very negative feeling. So it's kind of like weird to be this kind of bashful, shy thing. Like that would need more context that for me the picture doesn't display. So, but I love both of them. I really, like I said, I kind of want to actually do a photo kind of like that. So, anyway, let us go to our last category, shall we? Just spooky. Can I get one of the pins here? Yeah, terrifying. Well, original idea right after emotion. Just focus on one specific emotion, right? Super original, right? So, yeah. I actually had a lot of fun on this session. Hopefully everyone did. But, and you all should have saw this one in Discord because I did put in the critique one. But personally, while I did like a lot of the photos I got from him, I didn't feel like all of them conveyed some. Like there was one I had with the demon dude from oh, what was that show called again on YouTube? I can't even remember. But I did have one where I had him in the window of the Silent Hill 1 bar that I thought was not too bad either. But I kind of went with this one because I felt like the fact that he's just, if you don't even notice him for a second and then notice him, it gives you a bit of a eerie feeling. Because, I mean, he's just peeking around the corner there in the foggy forest there. But a bit of a simplistic, nothing too complicated, and I would have loved to have something more here. I could have actually, taking my own criticism, I could have took some of this out and maybe got a shot of some more trees and added them in there through editing. Because I do agree that.
Reason for you?
Every now and then, yeah.
What?
You
Every
froze,
now and then you just freeze up for like 5 seconds or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it breaking up my voice?
Seconds.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
you cut off for a second or two. Yeah.
Hmm. Not showing anything bad on my OBS. Hmm.
It's not happening. It's happened like 3-4 times, sort of thing. It's not happened too often. All good. I almost crashed. All good.
Oh. Well, I haven't been experiencing that, so I would imagine it's just a connection thing. So, I'll have to look at the live stream. Keep in mind, like, I am live streaming, recording, and, you know, obviously in the VR world, so sometimes internet can be stupid, because that's what the internet is like, especially in America. America, internet. It's like a freaking random box of chicken. Don't ask me why any of that came to my mind. Anyway, but yeah, I do. If someone's going to point out or thought about, I do agree there is a lot of barrenness over here. Like I said, I personally don't like editing my photos because I again count that as part of the challenge. But that is something I personally could have done, is specifically with the sky, and add some trees there. Adding maybe like some grass here would have been a little more complicated, but that could have been something else could have done too. But otherwise, I definitely like obviously this side of the photo. But yeah, it is kind of barren. And the reason for that, again, this was Silent Hill 2, for anyone who doesn't remember, which is a PS2 Xbox game.
Come on,
So,
Atticus, come back to us.
oh,
Oh no.
did I freeze? What?
No.
I hear you. See, the thing is, I hear you in that.
Oh, there you go.
I still
Nice
hear
back.
you. That is so
You froze
weird.
Twice.
I froze twice.
Okay, yeah,
Yes,
just repeat everything you just said in the past 10 seconds.
I don't know if there's like a bad connection happening in VR chat. I'm not showing anything bad in
Maybe
okay.
because Rob's poking you with the laser. Why
I
are you
just
freezing?
picked it up now.
Okay. Oh, we have
Yeah,
main point. This side of the photo is very barren, but that's because this is a area that you were never meant to see in the game. So that was kind of a limitation of it being dumped from the game. Like I said, I could have edited, but I kind of consider that part of the challenge not to edit that. But anyway, go ahead. Eat me alive, Bob.
I think this is a very strong picture. I think what would have made it better, just slightly, is if you were slightly more hidden. Just
I
ever so
did
slightly
try
more.
to do that. I mean, he is a very slim character, but the tree is also very slim. That it is. It was really hard to really get in there. I could have probably tried to look for a better tree.
Is this another
That's
person
me.
here?
That's me, yeah.
I'm not
Oh.
That's me
sure.
That's me.
Yeah, you were in a
Wearing the
military
riot shield.
soldier. That's right. You were a
I'm
military
sorry,
soldier.
'cause
Yeah. And you know,
Oh,
that kind of
sorry,
adds
Bob.
kind of a unknown thing. Like, who's that? What is that? I kind of think it kind of adds to it. I didn't even notice that. And see, again, that goes with what I was saying. It's fun to see people point out things you didn't even notice about your photo of that. I think that kind of adds, like, you could even say that's James Sutherland just moseying along down the forest.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I saw it when you first posted it, and I was like, "Oh no, I've ruined his photo." But I thought, if I'm gonna mention
I
it,
actually kind of like it. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell it's even a person, to be honest. I just thought it was like, you know, just the grass in it. I didn't even notice it, to be honest. I think it's a nice detail if you notice it, but it's really hard, so it's probably very easy to miss.
If you're us, we know what it is. But if you're nobody, yeah, it's gonna be a fact of it. Yeah.
But that's a nice thing to notice.
It is obvious what it
I
is.
like it. I actually like it myself. So I think it actually adds something a little to it. But
Yeah.
anyone else got anything to say about it?
I'm kind of split. Like, part of me says the photo is unbalanced because if you split it right down the middle,
Yeah.
there's like nothing over here and everything's over here. But then another part of me thinks about the golden spiral or the golden ratio composition, which I think is one of the hardest ones to achieve for me. That's where the composition. That's where it makes your eye start in the corner. And it goes down and it spirals, and then the spiral gets tighter and tighter and tighter.
That's
And it's
interesting.
very hard. I can put some examples in the Discord of the golden ratio, because it's really hard to capture like out in the wild. Cause you really,
But I see what you mean, yeah, because it kind of slopes in and kind of draws you
yeah,
there.
you just kind of get this slope, and then
Because basically, I guess you could have criticized there being a little sliver there if it had like the tree completely cover that. It might have been like perfect in the idea, but it's just a little sliver. So,
like,
but that's
it's not a perfect golden spiral. So I don't know if it even follows that composition.
now let's go with it. It's perfect. No, I'm just kidding.
If I was gonna improve this shot, I think I would have had the camera facing down the pathway a little bit more, kind of like you're walking down the pathway.
Yeah, the pathway was a curve. The other problem was
having-
basically a similar issue, Will, because it's the same issue, Will. Over there is, again, it's a cradle of nothingness. So I kind of debated, did I want a big hole full of fog, or did I want to try and have like maybe kind of a mountainside look? Because while when you understand what this is, like over the ledge, it's just the void, but unless you've been there, you're probably thinking a big hill or mountain now.
Yeah, like not knowing it and knowing that now that there's nothing over here and there's nothing over here.
Yeah, because the camera
And
focuses
another
on
thing
this
you could have
path.
done Yeah, another thing you could have done is just like zoomed in and just focused right here. You know, and then like
True,
hidden
true.
behind
And then
that,
could have got a
that
little bit
tree
more
or
of the
something.
path and tried to avoid the to nothingness. Yeah, like I said, it's a bit of a tricky shot because, like I said, your deal because the camera in the game, it's mostly looking down at you, like in the middle, looking at you going through the Waverly path, though. And since the world is just literally the drag and drop of the world, you deal with a lot of the stuff you're not actually supposed to see as a player in the game itself. But yeah, it was. I like the idea of the shot, but yeah, it was kind of a tricky shot, and it was a little bit of a candid moment for me too, because we're traveling through this world, so I didn't get like a lot of time to kind of do the shot best, especially since because I did have two shots where you all were closer. So, but yeah, I did think I got it without you, but you still snuck in there. But that was a lot better than the other ones, because the other ones, one like you
I,
had your back here, so it kind of just looked weird.
yeah, I remember hearing the camera literally flash as I went through it. I was like, fuck!
Oh
And
no,
I
it's fine.
dipped
It
over
happens.
I ran as fast as
It
I
happens.
could.
It
I need to
happens.
get out of the way.
No, it's happened. It's happens. But yeah, I didn't want to dwell too much and fall behind, so it was kind of a mixed candid shot to me. But
See, the camera has a setting to where you can turn off everybody's
yeah, I know that.
avatar anyway,
I know that.
So.
But for me, that kind of like if there's a candid shot moment, then you have to get that tone back on, and that shot might be gone. So
Yeah, it'd be the same.
so
I'd
it
turn it off and then never remember it to turn it back on. And
yeah,
just
it's like, oh no,
feel nothing but me hanging around with
and the moment's
non-existent
gone.
people.
So, there's a good and bad. Like, the good is you don't run into that problem having someone be in front of your shot. But the bad is if there's a moment live happening that you want to capture, it's going to likely be gone by the time you change it back. So,
Yeah.
but we'll go ahead.
I normally have mine turned off all the time.
Yeah,
for my own
there's a lot.
avatar and others' avatars. Unless I know I'm gonna go for some candid shots or something.
There's a lot of times I know where I say like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get in front of you," and you say that to me, and I always forget about it. That even happened when we were in the Neo world, actually, where I said sorry, and you're like, "Oh, everyone's off." Now this, I would like to, I would like to hear where this was from, because this is a very interesting shot.
Oh, you know this world. Everybody knows this world.
Do I?
Organism.
Organism.
I don't.
Yeah, by Dr. Morrow. It's one of the most popular worlds in VR chat.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Hold on. Does it have a lot of chairs? Does it just have chairs?
Yeah, there's all kinds of chairs.
I think I've seen it.
I never ever noticed this.
Yeah, I think I've seen it like on the world list because the name sounds familiar, but I don't think I've ever went into it. Yeah, that.
That's what it is right there.
See, when I first saw the thumbnail for that, it made me think of the Earthbound scene. There's a scene in Earthbound where there's just this giant wall with lit up wards. Like, and I was just.
If you haven't been to this world, man, you're in for a treat. Like,
maybe
go explore that.
Maybe do it for a photo session then.
You can take 1,000. You can see 1,000 or take 1,000 pictures of this place, and you'll still come up with new ideas on to get photos. It's massive, and there's so many angles. And
oh yeah,
one of my favorite worlds.
Well, I'll have to keep that in mind for maybe a photo session or something. I do have an idea for the next set, but go ahead.
I've seen this picture before.
October.
Okay.
Yeah, because the club I was in was having a spooky, event or a contest basically, and so I spent the entire month of October searching for scary avatars and worlds I could shoot them in. and I took a lot of freaking pictures in this world with different avatars. And this is oh, what's his name? The guy with the claws.
Freddy.
Freddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say he gives
Freddy
me a
Krueger.
very Freddy Krueger's vibe, for
Yeah,
sure.
Freddy Krueger. That's it.
Were you an avatar and you were trying to create a silhouette?
Yes.
Oh, so that's an
Oh,
actual
okay.
person.
Yeah.
Like to me, it
Yeah, that's me. That's me
as
posing
as
right
somebody who doesn't know
That's
what this
very
world
good.
is, it gave me like, so this whole thing looks like a photo frame to me, like, so that's very
Mm.
interesting.
Mm.
So is this a window then, like into a
there.
womb?
If you don't like, it's hard to describe if you've never been in this world. This world is crazy, right? It's real surreal.
Hmm.
And what this is, you run up the end of this tunnel, and this is like at the end of the tunnel, right? And it's just a little platform with 2 chairs and a blurred out or a TV snowed window or whatever, you know.
Hmm.
And that's just the colors are real vibrant. And so basically, if you zoom out, you'll just see like this huge tunnel, and I'm at the end of. So I had to like fly up in the air, position the camera in such a way that it perfectly framed this little colored end crop, basically.
Mm.
And then yeah, so that's how I got photo. I had to level it and frame it just to be like perfectly parallel with the window, basically, or whatever.
Okay, now I'm getting a little
It's
internet hiccups. So if I'm
a
hiccuping,
very nice shot. Yeah, if you the pose is very good. Right? I was in the same boat. I didn't know that it wasn't. I mean, I've been to the world, but if that had been in the world, I wouldn't be known the wisest. So
We'll have to go there on like a challenge day or something.
oh
Man,
yeah,
so
yes, yes.
Atticus can check
I
it
think
out.
I have one that you might
it's
try it on.
yeah.
But yeah, like the whole thing gives me this very like, we're looking, like, to me it's like we're in a point of view looking at like a photo on the wall. Like this is like a photo frame,
Mm.
and like this is part of the photo.
He
And it's
keeps cutting
interesting
out
because
all
it gives
the
like a depth kind of
words.
look to it. Huh?
The only words that we heard was photo,
Ah.
Yeah, he's
photo.
Yeah, I noticed where I said I was hiccuping. I noticed now I am having a bit hiccuping internet.
Oh no.
Yeah. And that happened to me at the
Well, it
end of
might
my
be near the end.
stream. That happened near the end of my stream this morning. Like the last 30 minutes, my internet was acting weird. So it looks like it is starting to do something similar. Ah, what the hell? Stupid internet. Internet. Cause like, but is it okay now, or is it still like flaming?
It's still doing it every 30 seconds, 20
Mm.
seconds.
Oh,
It's
dang it.
good at the moment.
But yeah, I get a whole photo vibe here. I do really like the silhouette. It's in the center,
Oh,
so
it
it's
went out again. God
ah.
dang it. Every time you say photo, you screw up. Every time you say photo, because that's all we hear is photo. And then you just like blank. And then you come back and you're like
timing.
photo. I know the timing of it is amazing. I know the time.
It's not funny. It's funny. It's not funny, man. It's funny, but it's not funny.
It's a little funny.
What's weird to me is like I'm not really
Use emojis.
suffering much of it on my end. That sucks. Oop. Oh, that was a bad one now. See, I'm not sure. Ah.
Oh yeah, you are so laggy right now.
Oh man.
For us.
Yeah, internet's dying. So, but yeah. Does anyone else have anything to say? Or maybe,
We still have no clue what you were gonna say on this phone. We never heard what you said.
And probably
You said it
won't.
was a photo.
I will probably have to
Yeah,
say
it's
you'll
definitely a
probably have to
photo.
watch
It's
probably have to watch the video. Because I am recording this. I am recording this, and the recording should not be affected by whatever the hell is happening with my internet. But the live stream will, so which is the benefit to recording in these kind of situations. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this will lag, so
No. Hey. Anything else?
He resorted to pen usage.
gotta be creative.
The pen didn't lag, which is good. Your writing's pretty good in VR. Better than mine, hands down.
Mm.
I'm awful.
Yeah, we should go check out this world next outing or something, depending on what the theme is or whatever.
Atticus, what do you think?
He is completely frozen.
Yeah, moving is moving.
Oh, he's defacing your work. He's falling
Are
all
you,
over.
are you asking? You're asking what that is?
He's
That's what you're asking.
Wait, I
He's-
I'm trying to be creative here.
You're asking what that is, right? Awesome.
He's drawing.
Face.
I like the way the eyes draw and curve to the red light there. Like I like how your vision looks from there and is drawn over to there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convey it. Don't you all know how to play charades?
When you first circled that, I thought, oh, was you curious about what the red light was?
No, I like how you get drawn to it in the photo. But go ahead. I know I'm pretty much dead, so it's all up to you.
It's focusing like roughly around there, and made it blurry. But then, yeah, I like this world.
What world was it?
I believe it was the worlds that I've been to recently. It was rest and sleep paralysis. So,
Can you say that? What?
rest and sleep paralysis.
Oh, okay. So you
It's
had
a
the
world
robot
that's-
voice thing going on.
It's a pizza.
I understand what you're saying.
It's a world that's blue. You go there and it's just the color blue everywhere, right? And you think it's really cozy. It's like a sleep. It's a sleep and chill world anyway. There's games like pong, the beer pong, all that stuff, the little spinny things. But there is a story to this world. And me and a friend, a few of us, we explored it a while ago. And I was originally joining just to partly to get my my emotion thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go for something different at first on that world. But yeah, it was I ended up exploring the map and thought, oh, actually, I know it was a spooky one, and I thought I'll try and say as much as you. It's got a good story to it and some cool puzzles, so I recommend this one.
I'll have to check it out.
I did use a fake. I did use a light source because if the source. Oh, did I move?
No.
I'll move that for a second. And then the vent at the middle of the pathway, there's a door. It's a door frame, pretty much. And you see literally like red and black balls on the ground in the background. But yeah, there's no light source. I had to use my avatar, the military man, with his flashlight on his head, just try and get some light. But I didn't want to show the entire. I haven't got shots where I show more of, but I wanted to be like, oh, you see it clearly, but still slightly blurry. But then you obviously it gets blurs and blurs, and then your eye goes, what's that red light? Even though the red isn't really physically scary, it's just the doorway you came from. But yeah, and I tilted it for that added,
I like it.
the word I'm trying to think of. Unsettling feeling.
Yeah, like you're experiencing trauma effect. Like you're disoriented.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Oh yeah, the tilt, yeah. And scary words.
Yeah.
Kind of like you're running through and stumbling, you know? You're spinning all over the place. Because you're scared.
Yeah.
Too much stuff going on. Oh man.
Can you understand me, Bill, now, or is it still messing up?
Yeah, for the moment, yeah.
For the moment. Well, I'll take advantage of the moment here. So,
Well, I mean, we say that, but I mean, yeah, you're still messing up. But I mean,
yeah, OBS is showing a lot of red right now, so something about the internet's messing up again. So, let's, not to rush it, but let's get this over with because my internet is, for some reason, crapping out.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give my point to Jess. So, you both have it. So, boom, in case you don't understand. So,
yeah, we heard that. We heard that part.
there you go.
I got a 1 over my name.
Yee. Okay, you two go ahead. We'll wrap this up here.
Hey, you go, Rob.
One of these people going to go up and choose a photo they like.
You first.
I went first last time. Be my horse anime girls before anime girls. Okay. I don't know. It's the same thing. I like him a lot, but I had a lot to choose from. I also like Rob's. I'm not sure where exactly the focus landed on this picture. Kind of all look blurry for me.
It's
But I mean,
roughly
that's like part of it, though. You know, it's like if I was running through here stumbling, I wouldn't be focusing on one thing. You know, I was just trying to get out of there. I think his picture's scarier than mine. Mine looks like a dream, which is what I was going for.
Yours
Since it
is
was
very
pretty creepy.
unsettling in a way. Like, there's something very unsettling about it.
Yeah, mine looks like a dreamscape, I think.
And I think it works
before.
really well with a Freddy Krueger-like shadow in that sense. But that's why. Okay, so
Go back.
just say which one.
I want to go back. Can you go to yours quickly, Atticus? Actually, oh yeah, yours. Yours was the tree
Mm-hmm.
appearing by the tree. Oh. I'm gonna vote for you, all right? That way we all win. We all get 1 point. No one wins this one, boys.
Ooh, excuse me.
Ooh,
Ooh, excuse me
Is in
again.
the same boat. I want to vote for myself because I think, bless you.
Thank you. Oh, oh no. Uh-oh. 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 I sneezed myself out of existence. Oh dear. Where's the wall doing? That's weird. Did everyone get booted out of it? Uh-oh. Oh, there we are. Oh man, where's up with my internet? Okay, ooh. Oh boy.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I just got like disconnected like
yeah.
hell.
Oof.
Hey, at least we can hear you now.
Oh, maybe it was a VR chat thing then. Okay. There we go. Don't stay still. You scared me there for a second, just. Yeah, until Wob moved, I was like, oh no.
Oh no, no.
Yeah, so, yeah, I can
You
see
still
I...
notice that you disappeared?
Yeah, see, now I can't mess with the video
Crazy.
player. Yee. So...
Where do you want me to go?
Yeah, so apparently, I
Well,
guess...
Rob voted for yours.
Yeah, I did you. For everyone to win. For everyone to win.
At 1 point and no one.
Aw, crap.
Oh.
She freaking
Takes the point.
That's fine.
We're winners.
Okay,
He's drawing around his arm.
He's giving a thumbs up and he's drawing a thumbs up. He's
Oh no. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
yeah.
Hey,
So-
hey, oh.
Oh my goodness.
So, good job, everybody. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Somebody just joined.
Yep, that's Frostborn.
Maybe he can be the tiebreaker.
Oh, that's a good point.
Our tiebreaker's here.
The tiebreaker. The tiebreaker for the internet crashing.
No pressure.
No pressure. Hey, Frostborn. Hey, how you doing? I don't know if I'm breaking up. My internet seems to be dying on me. It's all the robot's fault. It's a robotic horse.
that
It's
hidden
eating
down
up
here?
all the internet.
I got my own problem.
Is it doing
is
okay
hidden
now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining. I'm sorry that
Well,
no.
Oh, wait, now it is.
You
Oh
started,
my god.
and then
No.
when you said thank you for joining.
Okay.
It's in and out.
Thanks for
Constantly in and
joining,
out.
everyone. We'll have the video up for those to see the end. Sorry about the
Yeah, we
trouble.
heard that. Okay.
That's fine.